Hello everybody, how's it going? Dragonflight is finally out, and I know that some of you just want to maximize your dragonriding skill as fast as possible. You probably already know that you have to collect these dragon glyphs to earn your skill points, so today I will show you where to get every single one of them and also the fastest route to collect them all. But before we start, I have to tell you that finding them all by yourself is actually a lot of fun and feels very rewarding, so perhaps you don't even want to watch a guide about this. This is your last chance to leave, because we will start right now. Still there? Good. Since you get your first dragon at Skytop Observatory, this is where we will start our journey. When you only have a renewed proto-dragon yet, you will also only have 2 abilities, so I will only use those 2 and not the other ones that you gain later. I will also tell you on what you want to spend your skill points if there are multiple options, because it will actually be important for the route. The first glyph is found right here where we stand. Just use the skyward descent to collect it. After that, fly even higher on top of this tower right here, since here you will find the second one as well. Now you can spend your first skill point to get your 4th vigor. After that, you want to fly to the northeast to this tower over here. Inside of it you will find the next one. Then you want to fly to Ringwest Embassy on top of this broken tower here. Now you want the skill Thrill Chaser. You will need it to make many of the next glyphs much easier. Regenerate all 4 vigor and make sure to stay on top of the tower before you start flying to the next one. You want to fly on top of this mountain. For that you will need 5 skyward descents. One small information, you will also fly higher with the ability when your flying direction is also more upwards. After collecting the glyph up here, you make a 90-degree turn to the left and fly over to the top of this tower. Make sure to have enough momentum to regenerate vigor by flying, and if necessary, fly a bit more downwards. After collecting this one, fly towards this evil looking place behind the mountains in the southwest. Make sure to have enough speed again, because you will need at least 3 skyward descents, perhaps even 4 to get up here. The glyph can be found in the magma right to the big tower. After collecting it, you can shortly land on top of the tower to navigate yourself, and while standing on top of it, you want to fly down into the southeast, straight to this. What are these things even called? Let's say it's a needle. On top of the needle, you will find the next one. Here you can also land to spend your next skill points. I took dynamic stretching here to have more regeneration while grounded, but it doesn't make a huge difference which one you will pick. When you have 4 vigor, you can start flying to the tower in the north, pass it, and you will find the next one on this little hill. After that, you take a 90-degree turn to the right, and you will find the next one left to this giant gate. After collecting it, land on the gate and wait until your vigor is full again. Now you will fly over this small hill, and after collecting the glyph, you take a turn to the left and can already see the next one. And that's it for the Waking Shores. From here on, we will head straight to the Ohn'ahran Plains. But first you can spend your points on the next skill. When you have 4 vigor again, you can start flying to the southeast towards these hills and trees. Behind them above the road, you will find the next one. Then basically follow the road to the left, and the next one is right here. After that you will fly to the southeast and land on this little rock here. Use your new skill points again and regenerate your vigor. Now we will take a longer flight. You can collect the next 10 glyphs without landing. So either you could watch me first and memorize it, or you try to collect them while watching. In case you fail it, that's not a big problem. You start by flying up to this small tower to collect the glyph. After that you basically take a 180 and fly towards this giant eagle statue. Make sure to have enough momentum to regenerate your vigor while flying, because you will need it. When you collect the glyph on top of the statue, continue to fly to this big mountain and collect the next glyph here. Now take a turn to the left and fly over to this little pond with a tree on top of a waterfall. After collecting it, fly up high, and near this big mountain you will find the next one. After that you take a turn to the left again and fly towards this tower here. Inside of it you will find yet another one. Now take a turn to the right again, and up here you find the next one. Then fly towards the big mountain over there, and after collecting this glyph you take a turn to the left, and above this plateau over here you find yet another glyph. Now take a turn to the right and fly towards this building right here. After collecting this glyph, you can land on top of it. And that's it for the Ohn'ahran Plains. Now you can put 3 more skill points, and as soon as your vigor is full again, you can fly up the big tower to the south of you. Starting your journey through the Azure Span. After collecting this one, fly over to the northeast until you reach this broken bridge. Here you will find the next one. Now head to the frozen waterfalls far in the southeast and you will see these two trees in front of you. Behind the left tree is a small tower with a broken top, in which you will find the next glyph. Now you can have a longer flight again. The next 9 glyphs can be collected without landing. Fly to the frozen waterfalls with a giant magma thingy inside. On top of that you will find the next one. After that you fly through these mountaintops and then glide down. Inside of this tower you will find another one. Keep the same direction, because inside of the tower over there is a glyph as well. Approach it from the left side and collect it. Then you stay left of the island and behind this small hill you will find another one, which you want to approach by flying straight to the island. Use your skyward ascent and follow the river. When you reach a small lake, follow the river to the left side all the way up until you reach this little bridge. Here you want to fly up, because hidden in these tree branches you will find another glyph. After that take a turn to the left and fly over to the Azure Vaults. That's the big place that looks like the nexus in Northwind. Make sure to have enough momentum to regenerate vigor. While flying there you have also enough time to learn the next talent, which grants you an additional vigor. Fly up to the Azure Vault and collect the next glyph. Now you want to fly a long way to the west and near the coast you will find this tree on top of the hill. Next to it you will find another one. After collecting this one you head straight to the east. Eventually you will find this open tree stump in which you find the next one. Now you want to fly up the mountain in front of you and head down to the road on the ground. Here you will find the last one of the Azure Span. You can spend your next talent point and need to wait until you have all 5 vigor. In the meantime you can smack that subscribe button if you find me helpful. I would appreciate it. When you are ready to go, you want to fly towards this mountain here. When you get closer you will see this tower right here, and this is where you want to land. Collect the glyph and wait for your vigor to regenerate again. Now we will collect all other glyphs in one go again. First you want to fly atop of this mountain, then you turn left to the top of a big tower in Thaldraszus, then you take a 180 and fly down here. On top of this bridge you will find the next one. Fly a bit up but keep the same direction, because right here you will find another one. Now you will fly up with a couple of skyward ascents and turn left. Fly to the beacon of Tyrhold, you know, the thing from the cinematic, and behind that on a floating island you will find the next one. Take a turn to the left and fly over to this tower here. While flying you can learn the next skill. You definitely want to learn at home aloft, because it doubles your vigor regeneration while flying. Collect the glyph on top of the tower and fly straight to the east. Inside the top of this tower you will find the next one. It is a bit hidden though, you have to fly up here. After that head over to the north to the tower far ahead, next to the mountaintop. Then you head straight to the south towards the big mountain there. Just above the lava near the entrance of a raid you will find another one. Then you will use a lot of skyward ascents to get on top of a big mountain. And at last, in the southeast of a giant mountain, you will find one last tower with a final glyph. Congratulations, you got your maximum dragonriding skill. I hope I could help you, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, see ya!